All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Thank you all for being here. To agenda item number 2, approval of the minutes. So the minutes have been distributed and read. Are there any corrections to the minutes?
No.
Okay. I'm going to motion to approve the minutes. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I think, can I get a verbal from you for that?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. All right, any opposed, say nay. Okay, the minutes are approved. And with that, I will turn it over to Holly for this brief discussion on the financials.
Hello, money. So, we have gotten all the money for the arts project grants and the operations grants out the door for the year. Woo! Good job, artists, turning in your paperwork. So, after those 2 cycles, we are left with a total of $32,709. Gonna come back to that in a minute. So that's how much we have in the budget that we had originally allocated to spend on grants during 2023. A couple other things that we had discussed spending money on this year were emerging artist professional development workshops in an amount of $5,000 and public art grants in the amount of $16,500. Okay, so I don't anticipate that we're going to spend that $5,000 on professional development workshops before the end of the year. And while we have committed $10,000 of that public art grant fund to the Public Art Master Plan Community Art Grant Program that we just released last month, that leaves us with a little extra money that I spoke with Natalie and Gerard about putting into our grants pool for the Emerging Artists Grant Fund. So with money from those workshops and a little bit of that public art money and with some other money I have left over in my 2023 general fund arts budget, that would allow us to spend $50,000 on emerging artist grants. So either, I just want to share that with you and make sure everybody's okay with those allocations going from the workshop professional development and public art grants funds. I can hold that bottom line for $50,000 for emerging artist grants using other funds, but my preference is to use it, use the BAC leftover funds for that. That'll just be easier on where I land at the end of the year with my arts budget and the whole department's budget, since I also now manage that. Happy to answer any questions about that.
I think maybe one note there is, like, since the intention of these funds was on professional development, I think there probably are $5,000 worth of grants that call specifically for
Absolutely.
Professional development.
Yeah, that's a great
So maybe we try to we are putting it all in one pool and try to designate those specifically for professional development requests.
Great.
Yeah.
And I actually have a quick question about the total awarded for project. That seems low. I thought, like, weren't we closer to 50 on that one? When we initially went back to that. Like, did we have some folks drop out, or I don't know? Maybe not a question that needs to be answered now, but it seems, because I remember, like, getting it down to 50 was like, woo, we did it.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look.
Okay.
I just don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in my old notebook too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are my only notes.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Any questions or notes? Okay, thank you, Holly.
Thanks, everyone.
Throwing it back to you for a staff update.
Okay, I made notes on this really cool new sticky note that I have, and then I accidentally erased it and I didn't rewrite it. So I'm gonna try to remember what I read. Number one, did you know we elected a new mayor last night? And,
Mhm.
woo, okay, so,
Stiff
so,
competition.
yeah, right?
That was a real surprise.
Yeah.
On the ballot, it was like, wow, this is close.
So, new mayor and several new council members to start in 2024. I am excited about the possibilities of what could happen. Staff up to this point had been kind of cautioned against reaching out to Carrie's campaign just because she was still in campaign mode and there's just some kind of like weird legalities around that. So it was very hard for me, but I resisted the urge to reach out to her and be like, oh my God. But I did email her this morning. I'm hoping to arrange a meeting with her just to share more with her about the work that we do and just about some of our visions and what we would like to do in the years coming forward. I think we learned a lot about artists' needs in this most recent grant cycle, and I'd love to spend some time thinking about how we can act on those needs in a way that's larger than just grants going forward. Looking forward to a conversation with her very soon. I will keep you all updated as that happens. I know we had discussed at one point inviting her to a meeting just to give her an overall perspective of what we do. I think that's possible. We might even think about inviting her to the year-end party.
Oh, definitely.
And the other thing I want to share is it sounds like her transition committee is going to be pretty ambitious about also reaching out to us. So they have your email addresses, that is all public information. So you might be getting an email from her. So yay.
Check your spam.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to share that you might have heard is that the city has temporarily paused the Gateway project set for Miller Showers. This is the project lovingly known as the Monolith. I don't know exactly what that means, and I think the mayor's office is still working with the Parks Department, who is initiating this entire process to determine best next steps. There is a chance that the BAC will be brought back in to give feedback. I just don't know whether or not that's going to be the case yet, but as soon as I know, I will share more. That is the only update I have on that at this point. And the last thing I will share is that, so we will, a few commissioners' terms will expire at the end of January. So I would encourage those commissioners who are not, who can seek a second term, to reach out to me and just let me know so I can make sure that you're filling in your application and things like that. And then I would also invite you all, if any of you have ideas about who you think would be a great candidate to join the commission in 2024, please let Gerard and me know, because I want to make sure that we've got a robust group of folks to consider for the next iteration of the commission. The appointments, both mayoral and council for 2024, will be done by the new administration. That's what I've got, and I'm happy to answer questions.
When's turnover, January 1st?
January 31st, actually. Yeah, yeah.
Is the
Molly, did you say you were gonna send us a form or something to be filled out?
Yeah, I can
If we
send,
were up for
yeah,
another term?
yeah, I'll send you that, Babette,
you sent it to me too,
and I was, yes.
because I know someone who.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it was
sure.
me, and I can't remember who the other person, there was somebody else too.
Rob. Who?
Rob, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause he had a holdover.
He filled somebody else's position, yeah.
And Rachel.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, thank you. Well, Rachel,
She's not gonna.
she's not gonna continue.
Okay.
So it's an opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions for Holly on staff update? Okay, perfect. Update from the public art chair, Natalie Almanza.
Hi, everyone. So, a lot of stuff going on in the public art world.
first of all, we have a few folks that, due to our handy dandy application software, we can tell that a few folks have opened the Public Art Master Plan grants. We haven't gotten any fully submitted, but people are looking at it, taking a look, hoping to have some of those filled out pretty soon, and we're working on a strategic plan to kind of get more eyes on that and get more of that info out into the public. And I think just to echo what Holly was saying with the financials earlier, I think, you know, we have less than 2 months to kind of get some of those things out, so happy to be allocating some of that funding this year specifically to the emerging artist grants. There's some really exciting folks that I think it's just great that we can use some of that funding, given that, you know, some of these are still trickling in. We don't have any concrete ones yet, so just wanted to echo my support on that. And then we have, if you've noticed, over by the Kirkwood Apartments and Wonder Lab, Erin Tovey's working really hard to get that mural up now that we've gotten all of the anti-graffiti paint stuff situated. Thank you, Holly and Chaz. I've got a photo for those in the room that are close enough to see, but it's looking really great. It's a really long mural. It's so cool, and Erin's been doing some really awesome social media posts about it, kind of documenting her work on it, so that's been really great to see. We've got currently a tentatively scheduled ribbon cutting on December 3rd. I'll put that in the public art, or I'll put that in the calendar that we all have access to, so if anyone wants to come and attend. Obviously it's going to be a little chilly, so we're just going to have to keep an eye out for if we have to move that ceremony indoors, but I will just update everyone as we get closer to that date. Another thing is that we are close to having a finalized design on that Duke substation mural. Again, thanks Christina for all of your hard work with that, working with artists and community members. We heard a little bit more about that at our last public art meeting, and it's just, I feel like it's going to be a really great mural, and thanks again so much for all of your work on that. And lastly, just a quick update that engineering has kind of talked to Holly about an updated map of the Hopewell, like phase 1 east area, which is where we're hopefully going to be putting in public art, and kind of we have talked to them a little bit about where we think public art would work, and we're just working on a draft for a call for artists based on that map. So we'll have some more info on that, but things are moving along over there. It's just a little more nebulous currently, but we'll have a draft of a call soon, and I will hopefully share that with y'all maybe at the next meeting. But yeah, those are the big updates from this end. Does anyone have any questions about any of that?
So what's the timeline for reviewing the master plan application?
Oh, so they're rolling.
Very
So
cool.
we'll just review them as soon as they start coming in. I think it's probably going to be a little quiet between now and, you know, maybe once the weather starts warming up for folks applying. So I think we're working on, at our next public art meeting, we're hoping to chat just about how to get that info into the right people's hands and really start gearing up. I think the spring will probably be a busy time for getting those applications in, because folks will want to get back out and make those things happen. But for now, no strict timeline, but I could see it really picking up at the beginning of next year.
Yeah, and we have a re-up of those funds that comes in 2024, so
Yes.
we'll have access to more funds then. Yeah, and what we did on the grant software, so just knowing that the last public art subcommittee meeting right now is scheduled for, I think, I don't know, it's like the first or second month of, week of December. We put the deadline on the grant software for like the Friday before that,
Oh, okay.
just like so we get something before the end of the year, but
Yeah,
then we'll
for sure.
reopen it in January. So,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, the last thing that I'll say here is that we are rescheduling our Friday meeting to hopefully next week because of Veterans Day. The city offices will be closed.
How do you want us to let you know which dates work, or should we just email you individually?
Yeah,
or?
I think we're looking at either Wednesday or Friday currently, and I need to triple check my schedule on what works, but I will reply to that and maybe narrow it down a little bit more for us, and go from there. But yeah, I'll do that before the end of the week.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no worries.
I can't do Wednesday. I thought you were looking at Thursday or Friday.
Oh, you know what? I might be mistaken. 16th and 17th. Yeah, I could be pretty flexible both of those days. I just have to nail down which one works better.
Yeah, I can do Thursday or Friday. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look. I've had airplane tickets that I bought last January that have changed almost every week. And I haven't checked lately to see, they've actually been changing days and all kinds of things, so,
Oh, not fun.
yeah.
Okay.
No, don't worry about it. Whatever.
Okay.
If it works, it works. If not,
Don't fly Canada Air.
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Excellent, let's move to an update from our grants chair.
Hey everyone, I saw a lot of y'all recently in this very room, so thanks so much. It was a slog, but it was all worthwhile to see the joy in the faces of the artists when they get their money. No, it's been good. If you attended one day or two, most of y'all attended one. The other day was just as challenging as the day you didn't attend, probably for slightly different reasons. But a really robust conversation, and I really, as always, it's always a really good dynamic, and this time was no different. It just was a huge amount of quantity. So the next steps are tomorrow night we'll be having a meeting to collate everyone's suggestions and produce a proposal, which will then bring back to the grants committee for voting. And that voting, I may be remote for that voting because I'll be away next week. The plan is to vote during the grants meeting, the next upcoming grants meeting, which is next Friday, the following, not this Friday. So that's, so look for that. Look for that proposal in your mailbox in a few days, probably over the weekend. And there's been a lot of good feedback about ideas of how to improve the process, address the quantity, continuing to sort of tailor the grants. So please continue to send me that feedback so that we can start tweaking the process for next year over the winter. That's about all for now, I think. If anyone has any questions or anything to add. Okay, great. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna talk too much here because I can't. But, Holly, sorry to put you on the spot, but I'm wondering if you could maybe give a little summary of the presentation that we gave to City Council, how it went and what the reception was.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
On Wednesday, October 18th,
Mhm.
Gerard and I presented to City Council. We gave an overview of what the BAC has been working on, just general definition, talk about our mission and our vision and how we really embody that right now through grants and public arts. We talked about just how much the demand for grants funds have gone up over the past couple of years. Thanks for getting that stuff together for us, Polly. And then we just highlighted some of the public art projects that we've been working on over the past couple of years as well. We also announced formally the public art master plans released and the grants. Thanks to everyone who was there. That was super great to have so much support. I was blown away by just how engaged council was on everything we're doing and just how happy they seemed to be with the work. I was also heartened to hear the kind of questions they were asking, which was like, do you need more? Will there be art in the convention center?
Mhm.
Really, truly, did the BAC select the monolith? That was an excellent, very pointed question that gave us the opportunity to say no. So that was awesome. So I felt really, really good about it. So I just want to thank everybody who put work into that. Shout out to Chaz, who is in Chicago this week, for making a beautiful slideshow based on like the initial like grouping of photos and everything we got together. I was really, really happy with
The
how it
comments
went.
from the
Yeah.
group, for sure.
It was super cool. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
thanks
yeah,
for-
it felt really good.
I'll just like quickly
Yeah.
double down. Like I think that's like in my terms, I think that's like the third or fourth presentation to council I've seen. There's barely been any questions in the past.
Yeah.
It's been like, cool, keep going.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, the level of engagement was really encouraging.
Yeah, yeah, that was super cool, so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Then, I mean, a couple of these are just kind of repeats from the last meeting, but still important. So looking to the end of the year, we obviously have a couple of subcommittee meetings. We've finalizing the third round of grants and voting and getting all of those funds out the door. We have one more meeting in December. And then we will have an end of year party. Chaz and I are currently communicating about landing on a date for that. We're looking to about early to mid-December. I wanted to propose a quick kind of question to the group here. Typically, artist parties are earlier in the week, like Monday through Wednesday, because I think Chaz likes to utilize those different days because there's usually a little less going on in the evenings. But our end of year party last year was on a Friday, which is typically more of like an after work kind of like evening party day. And so I maybe wanted to just get a rough sense from the group if there was a preference on sort of where we put that end of year celebration.
Not on a Tuesday.
Not on a Tuesday.
Well, I kind of like thinking about doing it earlier in the week because by the time December rolls around, there's so much going on that you tend to miss out on things.
Okay.
I'm still busy every Wednesday, though, so I don't know. That's the only day that and I hate to rule out 2 days already, but that's the one night that I close.
Not Tuesday, not Wednesday. Okay. But
Unless it was
not,
earlier,
but not
yeah.
Saturday or Friday.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Sure.
Thursday probably
Sure.
is still
Right.
viable.
Sunday brunch, is that all?
God.
I don't know.
I would do it after. I'm freer in the afternoons just because all my work is usually in the evenings. So if we want to talk about time,
Not the 17th.
that opens up a lot of possibilities. I think. But
I need to doodle it.
Unless everybody's.
Yeah,
I
understand.
Everybody
Sure.
doodle.
Okay.
I like Thursdays.
yeah, Thursdays are fine. Usually free.
Okay. Well, this gives me a rough sense.
Of the chaos that is us.
Gerard, did you decide where or who
No.
all? Okay.
No. Haven't decided where yet. Again, it being part of the artist parties, Chaz would like to host it in a location where it hasn't yet been hosted this year, which I believe rules out the Eiffel, FAR,
Glasswork, glass place. Oh, no, that's where we had ours.
yeah,
and,
Rules out backspace.
Backspace. So basically all of the known venues like that. But we may have to break from that, or or we'll be in a new exciting space.
Remind me, is this a combined like end of year party and artist party, where last year was kind of more of like arts commission a little bit more specifically?
And grant people.
And grant recipients.
Well, yeah, the idea is that this would be sort of like I mean, there's definitely some overlap in
Yeah.
those networks.
Sure.
But the idea is like, we would invite the same people, or roughly those same pools of people, the grant applicants and awardees, to this party. But it would also be open for Chaz's Artist Network to RSVP to attend as well. And I personally see that as a real positive, because I think, not that like we're hurting for more applications, but I think it's just a good place for folks who have applied. Not that they're going to be talking about grants at the party, but there's, at least having a space where these people can meet and network and who knows.
It's kind of a cool place. It's a little bit maybe more formal. It's the Macala. They have a couple of really great rooms there, and I know they're looking for people, artist groups to use it.
It's like an exhibition space on campus.
It's like the old printing press.
Yeah,
It
it
used
by,
to be a
like,
school.
10th and Dunn,
Yeah.
Wait.
or no, 10th and Indiana.
What?
Well, anyway.
MCCALLA.
Good job.
McCall School.
Yeah, so, okay, yeah.
That's a good idea.
And then, I mean, a quick, Holly touched on some of this already, but looking to the start of the new year, we're looking at replacing a couple of commissioner openings. Hopefully getting in touch with the new administration and kind of like, establishing a new relationship with her and her team. And committee meetings happening in person. And hopefully some new positions as well. Today, I would have loved to have been able to pass the speaking obligations off to a vice chair. If anyone wants, so if anyone's thinking about being a vice chair, please hear my pitiful pleas. But just a reminder, there is going to be an open secretary position and an open vice chair position, and it would be great to be able to fill those.
I think you sound great, George. You sound very Demi Moore.
Oh,
Sorry, what are the positions? Vice chair and
vice
what?
chair and secretary.
And secretary.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 Well, moving on to item number 7, upcoming events and dates. The list is looking a little light right now.
Oh, what? Let me get in there.
Yeah. Right. Isn't there? And some
Yeah.
things, but yeah, tis the season. On there right now is there's a show going on at or a punk show happening at Rose's Midwest Art Gallery. Do you want to talk about that a little
There's
bit?
a couple coming up. I just put the most soonest.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll put the other ones on there too.
Okay. Right.
There's a Messiah sing-along in December, that's fun.
What?
There's a Messiah sing-along
That's
in
super
December.
cool.
Can I, you can sing,
Wait.
it's a sing-along.
Sing-along to Hamilton Messiah? Wow.
It's half, the other half will be, in the spring. As is seasonally appropriate.
I would actually watch
Yeah,
it.
I threw Buffy Prom on there because I've been seeing posters for that, and now that's an event that we funded and that I'm considering submitting a cover band for. So we'll see.
All right, we're hoping the Messiah will show up this year.
Oh.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
We'll just have to rejigger our expectations as we do every year. Yeah.
So, but yeah, just please keep an eye out for events that are happening around the community that that we like for organizations that we've supported or specific projects that we've supported, and just help the group add those to the list.
Can I ask a question / make a suggestion?
Sure.
I forget this document exists until we get in this room and talk about it
Okay.
every month. And I wonder, so I can't remember how long ago this was, but at some point during Bryony's term, we had like a Google Calendar.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
And at least for me personally, that was easier to keep track of because
okay.
it was just populated amongst other calendars I keep track of on my phone and computer
Sure.
or whatever. The reason we stopped is I believe there was like this weird like city rule thing where the calendar had to be controlled by a city email account, and that put a burden on staff to
Right.
populate the calendar, as in like commissioners couldn't get access to it to like collectively populate it like we're doing with
Sure.
this Google sheet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, do with it what you will. I'm not gonna be here in a couple months, but like, I just wonder if that might put it more in front of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
I-
see more.
I had I'm wondering like, I would be down for that if other people are, and I'm wondering if it could be a thing, just because, like, cause it would be a pain in the butt right now for my
Yeah.
staff to have to go in there and populate, but I wonder, could it be a thing where you all could create the entries and invite like me, or invite the calendar and I just go into the calendar and approve it.
Maybe.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like,
Sure.
That
and
might
then-
be the workaround.
Yeah, because we're kind of working on something similar in economic and sustainable development, just for
Yeah.
all of our collective events and stuff like that. And we're also just kind of coming up with a set list of protocol of what it has to include,
Sure.
who the point of contact is, what the URL is, blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So if that's something we wanted to do, maybe
Yeah,
we
I
could just
mean,
come up with this
I've-
protocol.
I'm a little intimidated by our calendar at the moment. It just seems a little not 100% accurate, and so like I at some point I would like to get a handle on it and maybe use it for in addition to sort of like having the usual dates and points, but also include things like this on there as well.
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea. I can also maybe make. I mean, I know they can be kind of long, but in those midpoint emails, I think I have a link to it, but I could maybe make more of like a section that kind of like makes it more visual. It's like, hey, like these are the actual events that are coming up. Take a look at these. Also, so
Perfect.
yeah, so I can.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh.
It comes up every now and again. I don't know if there's like a remote somewhere.
Wait, what is
No,
gonna
no,
stop
It's on the
it?
TV.
Is the
It's the television itself.
Oh, it's a TV. I always thought it was a projector.
Same.
Wow.
It took me a long
I didn't
time
know
before I
before
learned it was a TV.
It used to be a projector, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, because of the
Damn
screen.
big TV.
So our outro music.
It's the worst TV.
I don't
Wow.
know
Roll
how to
credits.
make
Yeah.
someone
Wait,
else
when did that
respond to this?
Well, it's been nice.
Yeah.
knowing you, but
I don't bet.
I'll do the same mental like what?
That probably will log us off.
yeah, we're about to lose you in a couple
Nice, I
seconds here,
guess.
but that
We got 12 seconds.
there's an
All I see are your these rat faces like a UFO has landed.
There's an
It did.
The final
Well,
countdown.
we're gonna
taken
lose
over the
TV,
town.
but we're not gonna lose the.
Yeah.
Oh, she's right there.
Oh sure.
But
Oh, okay.
but
Don't
Becky's
say
still
nothing
here.
about
Oh Jesus!
We
It's
can't
just the
see her.
thing.
Just the
Yeah.
TV.
I'm
Like
sorry.
that, it doesn't have a power button.
Oh.
That was
There's a
the-
button over here, so I'm gonna try to do
Oh
that.
yeah, there you go.
All right.
I love technology.
I don't know. There was no OK button over here.
Babette, can you still hear us?
But
Can you hear us?
can you hear us?
I hear you.
Oh,
okay.
Seems like things are falling apart a little bit.
At the city? You
Everywhere.
think so?
Oh my God, no.
Well, that was exciting.
All right.
Let's transition into commissioner announcements. I'll kick things off by saying that I think Holly, Natalie, and myself are speaking on a panel tomorrow. it's
Yes,
it's
we are.
it's not a public panel, but it's like I use like leadership
Oh,
development
yeah, it's the leadership
course.
training course
Oh,
that, yeah,
fun.
we were on it last
Yeah,
year as well.
it's the same. It's the same group.
It's like
I'm-
the same
yeah,
people.
Right.
It's like the three of us, Gabe and I, like
Yeah. Right.
have a little fight
Yeah.
And
Right. Exactly.
publicly.
Love that.
Publicly.
Yeah,
So.
That's cool.
That'll be fun.
yeah. I've picked out my outfit. That's all I've done to prepare.
That's important.
I'll also say the Blockhouse Halloween show went well.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks to all
that
those
was
who
freaking
should have
awesome.
came by. It was just across the board. The bands, they were really good. It's just like some really like I don't know. There's a lot of talent in this town that just kind of like that's just kind of there.
I heard there was a great Strokes cover band that played.
Oh, yeah,
that was
at
actually a
Queer
different
Talk.
night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Don't mind it.
It was really
Um,
good Smashing Pumpkins on that.
Well,
Yes,
Pretty
and I
iconic.
was very heartened that they played stuff from the first.
Yeah, you played one
Cause I'm
song.
bored.
Maybe they had first album.
Shoot, the shit. Born in 1988. Okay.
Those are my announcements.
I'll say, those who were there at the Taylor Swift trivia and karaoke night, which are these folks over here, absolutely slayed at that again. We
Yes.
just were really good at karaoke. What can I say? And so that was great. The conference went really well too. Thanks for sticking around. But I mean, the karaoke was really the highlight. I guess I'll shout out there's the Winter Handmade Market this weekend
Oh,
at the Monroe County Convention Center. Those are all the updates I have, or all the announcements I have, I think.
I'm gonna shout out two things. Since Chaz isn't here, for the most recent artist party, I saw Gerard there.
Oh, right.
I'm not sure if anyone else popped by, but it was at FAR in partnership with the Music Industry Club with IU. Huge crowd. Definitely much younger than any of our previous artist parties. So, like, my observation was tons of like the students came out, which was good.
Yeah.
It seemed like less of the folks that
Yeah.
would regularly come to those were there. But it was full. It felt like there was good energy in the room. Music performances were good. There was, art in the space. So yeah, that was really great. And then the only thing I wanted to mention is, I want to make sure I have this right, but the New Hope for Families shelter here in Bloomington, they are hosting an event, I believe, is it next weekend? Sorry, I'm just looking this up. November 14th to 16th, they're doing like a holiday tree festival as a fundraiser. It's in the pavilion at Switchyard Park, so stop by if you want to support.
Is it like selling Christmas trees or something? Or what's the fundraiser?
Yeah, I believe the way it works is like they have all these like pre-decorated trees and displays, and I think it's like a silent auction to bid on those.
Okay.
So, yeah. And I think they're all kinds of shapes and sizes, so.
Just like people.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie
Take
Brown.
my meds.
I could announce I'm gonna be the featured artist for December at the venue. And December 1st is the opening during gallery walks, so come on out.
Oh, December 2nd, there is a performance at the Rotunda. It's free. I think it's at 7 p.m. and it's early holiday music, like Schutz and Shine and people like that who maybe none of you have heard of.
When is that?
The 2nd of December at 7 p.m. at the Rotunda. It's a fabulous space for music. It's the same night as a Hoosier singer thing, so that'll divide the audience.
What, the chimes of Christmas?
It's like 17th, 18th century holiday music.
Oh, but you said it was the same night as.
Oh, the Hoosier Singers or whatever they're
Oh,
called.
okay.
Hoosier at the auditorium.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go to that one. Go to the it's free.
Not free.
Yeah.
All right, any other announcements?
Yeah, this Saturday, November 11th, at 6 p.m., there's gonna be, a big AAGB, it's having a whole big artist party in the mall, and, everybody is invited to participate.
Yeah. I'll be there. I'll see you there, Babette. If you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better. If I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
I'll see you there, but I won't talk to you.
Thank you.
All right, great. Well, there is no public to comment, so we will skip past the public comment item, and I'm going to go ahead and motion to adjourn the meeting. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, the meeting is adjourned. Thanks all.